Okay, Pony fans, we are here live from regional final action between your Kellyville Ponies and the Holland Hall Dutch. Okay, Pony fans, we are awaiting the umpires here as looks like we got the same set of officials that we've had all tournament long with us here as they're making their way to the home plate along with Coach Nance and Colton Ayers has came out to join the fray. Both coaches are good friends. They've known each other for a while from summer league ball, I believe, and also coaching against each other in the high school ranks. As we await the coin toss, remember last night Holland Hall won the coin toss. They were the home team, and they walked away with a 12-1 victory to force this game. We just now got the flip, and looks like we are batting again, if that's any indication. So, well, really don't know. Yep. All right. So Holland Hall looks like they won the coin toss, and they will be in the field, being the home team.
The home team on the scoreboard.
So let's see what we can get started. See if the opponents can get started right away early. This wind is whipping this afternoon. The trees are kind of laid sideways going left to right. So the right field position should be very busy this afternoon if I'm guessing right. Ponies with their basic lineup: Colton Ayers, Trevor Jones, Taver Thornbrew, Landon Vaughner, Cadence Billingsley, Connor Smith, Kenny Mosby, Andy Jones, Clayton Wallace, and Connor Thomas playing right field. For the Holland Hall Dutch, you got Kenan Frideau, Mark Goldsby, Wallace Clark, Josh Holt, Jacob Rona, Jude Christian, Noah Shepard, Owen Brown, B.T. Terry, and Holt Hildebrand actually doing the pitching for the Dutch. He will be the sixth pitcher we have seen this tournament for Holland Hall. So we've yet to get to see him in action. As the coaches you see are at home plate going over the final details with the umpires. They shake hands. Good luck to both teams. Winner goes to state. The loser stays home. So we're soon to be underway. Okay, Ayers taking his spot in the batter's box. Colton led off game number one with an game number two with an inside the park home run for the no, that was number 1 against Keys. So scored a couple of times in this tournament. And the first pitch is right here. And Ayers swings at the first pitch, popped up towards the shortstop. That's Clark. He's under it for out number 1. So 1 away brings up Trevor Jones.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 25, Trevor Jones.
Jones got the victory against Holland Hall in night number 1 of the tournament. Now he's back to his third base position, batting in the very familiar 2-hole spot. And he swings at the first pitch, and that's hit down the line. That's going to left fielder giving chase. Jones makes the turn, looking for 2, slides in. He's in safely. So a double by Jones to start the hitting for the Ponies early. And so far,
now batting for Kellyville, number 7, Tabor Thornbrew.
So far, Hildebrandt's thrown 2 pitches, and the Ponies have swung both times, so they're attacking early. Brings up Tabor Thornbrew playing center field for the Ponies. And the wind favoring him the way he normally hits the ball. And he swings at the first pitch. So Hildebrandt's thrown 3 pitches for 3 strikes, basically, as the Ponies are jumping early. Hildebrandt did pitch a few innings the first day. He was ineligible yesterday, but he can go the full around, and there's a kind of a check swing, went off the third base line, not what Thornbrew was looking for here. Watching him warm up, he does throw an off-speed pitch. Looks like a curveball that will break into the left-handed batter here. Thank you for tuning in to KV Rising. Our Hall of Fame sponsors, Patriot Air, CT Decorative Concrete and Construction, and CNC Construction. And there's pitch number 3, and Thornbrew waves his bat. He thought it was gone, but it went off the bottom of the wall with his speed. He's got a stand-up double. The Ponies have scored the first run of the ball game as the Pony fans are on their feet here inside the stadium. Thornbrew thought that was gone.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 22, Landon Vaughner.
Thornbrew thought that was gone, which on a typical day it may have been, but with the wind it just held it in. He didn't turn on it to hit it toward the right field, but Thornbrew with a RBI double to begin things here for the Ponies. And Landon Vaughner now, and he takes ball 1 down low.
I think Tabor knew that he got all that ball, and the wind was the only thing that kept it in.
Yeah, the wind just
threw that bat like that.
The wind just kept pushing it back. But with his speed, he went in second standing up. So as Vaughner fouls that one straight back, Cadence Billingsley waiting on deck for the Ponies. As we said many times last night, the Ponies looking to get back to the state tournaments for the first time since 1976. And that curveball's in for a called strike. Vaughner didn't care for it, but the umpire gave it to him. Looked pretty good from up here, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Watching Hildebrandt warm up, he has a pretty good curveball, and he came back with it then trying to get Vaughner to chase. So evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thornbrew standing at second. You would think anything hit into the grass in the outfield, he scores. And that's what the Ponies need. And the catcher was set up outside, never moved his glove, but he was set up outside the strike zone for a full count here. 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. There's that curveball. Vaughner in between second and third. We're going to hold up Thornbrew at third as the left fielder was playing in, using the wind to his advantage, but nice base hit there by Vaughner.
Now Owen Bellis is going to come in for Vaughner as a
Courtesy running
runner.
for the catcher, number 16, Owen Bellis.
So-
Now batting for Kellyville, number 18, Cadence Billingsley.
So Cadence Billingsley up with runner standing right there staring him down at third. Bellis in to run at first as a courtesy runner. So the Ponies have got something going here. They've already matched their hit total from last night. They only had two hits against Holland Hall the first game in the 5-2 victory. And then last night, I believe they had 3, and they've already matched that total here this afternoon. If they can get the crowd involved and start making some noise, and that pitch is outside. Hildebrand's trying to paint that outside corner, but not getting help right there. So 2 balls and no strikes here. And there goes right one, but that wind's going to hold that up. Center fielder coming in. He makes the play. He's got a strong arm, and it actually hits Thornbrew. Now Bellis is trying to stretch to second. He's in safely as the run crosses the board. The Ponies taking early 2-0 lead right here with a sac fly by Billingsley.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 23, Connor Smith.
That's Goldsby out there in center field. He's got a strong arm. And on his throw in, it actually hit Thornbrew. So 2-0 Kellyville here in the top half of the first. Connor Smith now at the plate. The Ponies have 4 lefties, I believe, in their lineup here. I believe Andy Jones is another lefty, and he'll be coming up here shortly. And the wind blowing hard left to right. Anything up in the air towards the left field is going to be held up, blowing it towards the center of the field. And Smith swinging a miss for strike number 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. And there's a shot down first baseline, right over top of the bag. First baseman steps on it, and that ends the inning there. So, but the Ponies do get 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 man left on base.
At the top of the first, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. At the end of a half inning, it's Kellyville 2, Holland Hall 0.
So Holland Hall will be coming to bat for the first time in the bottom half of the first, and we will join them shortly after this. Okay, we're back to action here. Clayton Wallace on the hill for the Ponies.
Leading off for Holland Hall, the bottom of the first, number 10, Kendon Trudeau.
This is the left fielder, Kendon Trudeau. We know what kind of speed he has. Last night he had him an evening scoring 3 runs on 2 hits. He was 2 for 3 actually. And first pitch is up high for ball number 1. And he's calling that pitch high. I don't know. Wow. Wowzer. And we're 3-0, and you don't want this young man on base here. Very dangerous with his legs, especially with the power of Goldsby coming up behind him here. And that pitch is in for a called strike. Looked like the same spot as so Wallace came in last night, struck out the side in the top of the first, or bottom of the first last night. And the umpire's not giving him anything up in the air, so I'm going to start off with a walk. Ponies had a hard time finding the strike zone.
Number 1, Mark Goldsby.
So, leadoff walk to the speedy Trudeau. We've seen him steal bases all weekend long here. But we've seen Goldsby hit with power, but that wind's going to be hurting him with his natural. That pitch is down in the dirt for ball number 1 to Goldsby. See if he's going to test it out. So we got a hit and run straight to Mosby. He makes the throw to first for out number 1. But on the hit and run, Trudeau takes second. So one away, he brings up Wallace Clark.
Number 7, Wallace Clark.
Wallace Clark, the shortstop. He's the lone left-hander, I believe, on this team here. That pitch up high for ball number 1 to Clark. The key, I believe, to beating Holland Hall, and this is just an opinion, is getting by these first 5 to 6 batters here. After that, you can kind of handle the bottom of their lineup, as we saw last night. Can't take anyone for granted, but that seems to be the case. Ponies expecting Clark to pull the ball. Dornbruch kind of shaded over towards the right field area, which he should be, especially the way the wind is blowing. There's a move to second, a fake toss to second. Tried to get him fooled. The play was on by Mosby. He dove like he'd lost the ball, and almost caught the runner. But he does have some speed, so they've got to watch him closely. That pitch trying to get the outside corner does not get the call. 2 balls and no strikes here to Clark. As Ayers holds on the runner, now he steps away. Mosby sneaks in behind, and that's 3 balls and no strikes here to Clark, which walking him would not be the worst thing in the world, I don't believe, with Holt awaiting on deck. That would give you the forced play at 3 of the 4 bases, and you get the right-hander and a called strike as Clark tried to leave a little bit early, thinking he's going to get the call. So strike zone got a little bit more lenient there with 3-0 count. And that's pitch number 4. And Wallace is wondering what he has to do.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 13, Josh Holt.
So that's the second walk in the inning here. Josh Holt, the first baseman, up next. He walked a couple of times last night, struck out, actually had a double off the left field wall, and that pitch is going to miss low and in the dirt. And Coach Nance is going to call timeout, come out and visit with him. Did not want the rest of the infield to come in, just wants to settle Wallace down a little bit. Trees are really whipping behind the flag. Almost a dead straight wind to the right field. All right, one away here. Ponies scoring 2 in the top half of the first inning. And swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 1 strike. As Mosby's kind of holding on the runner there at second in Frideau. Leadoff batter, he reached by walk. The runner at first, Clark, he's on by walk. Wallace with the curveball. Don't know where that missed at. Ball number 2. The umpire's kind of tight right now with his strike zone. Going to have to adjust there. Both pitchers look like they're throwing to the corners. And there's a called strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big out right here if he can get Holt with Rona coming to the plate. And that pitch got him, rang him up. Strike number 3, so there's the first strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down for the Ponies.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 15, Jacob Rona.
All right, so finally got a call. That's the call he's been looking for the whole game here. And finally granted on the 3rd strike there. So 2 down for the Ponies. With Frideau at second, Clark still at first. Ayers and Mosby holding him on. Doing well to hold him on. And it pitches misses inside for ball number 1. But the crowd was just shocked after that called strike 3, both sides. And that pitch going to miss outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Don't want to put him on base here. Don't want to load the bases by any means because a base hit normally scores 2 runs with any kind of speed, and Clark does have good speed. He would be your runner at second with a walk here. So as we can see the dirt rolling across the outfield out there. Wind blowing at a steady clip. It's just not gust. It's pretty steady. And that pitch is going to miss inside. So 3 balls and no strikes. Wallace is going to have to come and get him right here. And that pitch is low and in the dirt. He does load the bases. That's 3 walks on the in the inning
Now
here.
batting for Holland Hall, number 3, Jude Christian.
That brings up the third baseman, Jude Christian. Christian had 2 walks. He actually had a double his first at bat last night. He was the last batter that Billingsley had faced before Wallace came in. And that pitch is up high, ball number 1. No place to put him here. Ponies like to hold on to that 2-0 lead here in the early going. There's a called strike by the umpire, so 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. There's a strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for a curveball right here from Wallace to break it off here. See if we can get him to chase. And he threw it. And a foul ball out towards first base. Billingsley off his glove. That wind tough to judge there. I thought the ball was out of play. Thought the ball was out of play, but it actually stayed in. Billingsley tried to make the play. And gets him swinging. So after 1, the Ponies still lead Holland Hall 2-0 going into the top half of the second. Nice pitching there by Wallace.
Hall in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. At the end of 1, it's Kellyville 2, Holland Hall 0.
The Ponies have the bottom of their order coming up in Kenny Mosby, Andy Jones, and Clayton Wallace. We'll be back right after this. All right, Kenny Mosby leading things off here for the Ponies. Top half of the second, and he swings at the first pitch. That's drove towards right. Right fielder going way back, and he's going to make the grab around the warning track. So Mosby launches that one. Nice play by the right fielder. Brings up Andy Jones.
Number 20, Andy Jones.
Looked like he just popped that one up, actually, but it just kept going here. Finally reeled it in right around the warning track area. Jones, the lefty, coming up. And he swings at the first pitch. So 2 pitches down, and the Ponies have 2 outs already. So need to make this pitcher work a little bit here. Clayton Wallace coming up.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 5, Clayton Wallace.
Ponies holding on to that 2-0 lead. And they're doing what they started off doing, attacking early. Wallace lets a strike go by. And that pitch is inside. Wallace should have grabbed his elbow and say that hit me like took place last night, but I'm not sure if it would have worked. But there's that curveball, just misses to the inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. That pitch is going to miss outside, 3-1. Wallace, the 9-hole, going to give it back to the leadoff spot here if he can reach base. There's a called strike right down the middle. 3 balls and 2 strikes, full count, 2 outs here. Don't want to be a quick inning here for the Ponies. But swing and a miss. That's 3 up and 3 down for the Ponies. They go in order, 1, 2, 3. So after 1.5, the Ponies still lead 2-0.
In the top of the second, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. At the end of 1.5, it's Kellyville 2, Holland Hall 0.
Okay, getting ready to start the bottom half of the second here. Noah Shepard, the 7-hole batter, batting for the Dutch. He was the first batter that Wallace faced last night, and when he came in the first inning, struck out the side there. So 7, 8, and 9-hole due up for Holland Hall. That's when you want to really shut them down. Don't want to give any base runners to that top of the order. 1 ball and 1 strike here. And it's fouled back for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that pitch is hit to Mosby. What a play by Mosby to get him on the short hop and the snag. Very nice by Kenny Mosby out there at shortstop. Robbed the young man of a base hit.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 8, Owen Brown.
Brings up Owen Brown. Very nice on Mosby's part. Designated hitter here in Brown. And there's another shot. Jones is going to cut it off at the third over to Billingsley for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down right here for the Ponies. That's what the Ponies are looking for. Now B.T. Terry, the 9, holds up.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 11, B.T. Terry.
Terry was 1 for 3 last night. He had a strikeout his first time, grounded out to the pitcher his last time at the plate. Had a single mixed in there. Good pitch. Wow. Don't know where it was at. Must have missed low. Vaughner talking to the umpire here, I guess. And swing foul ball for strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that pitch is up high, ball number 2, 2-1. Need to get this out right here. Don't want to go to the top of the order here with runners on base. That's what gets you into trouble. And swing and a miss, strike number 2. I'd like to thank all the fans for tuning in with us this afternoon. If you can't make it out here to the ball field on a very nice but very windy day. And curveball. They wanted it out there in the outfield there by the Ponies. A couple of them started jogging in, but must have missed up high. Full count here. And there's a shot out towards the left field. Smith going back, fighting the wind. And he makes the grab for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for the Dutch. Just what the doctor ordered there. The Ponies got the top of the order coming up. Okay, top of the order here for the Ponies, Colton Ayers. Colton coming to the plate. He flew out to the shortstop his first time up. Hildebrand still on the mound for the Dutch here, as the Ponies have been attacking his first pitch that he throws. So that one's inside there. So for ball number 1 on Ayers. Ponies see if they can put a couple more runs on the board here. And that pitch actually gets him off the foot. So that's off his foot. So we're going to have the leadoff runner on base for the first time. Brings up Trevor Jones. Jones doubled his first time up.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 25, Trevor Jones.
He had a shot down the third base line. So he doubled. Yeah, it went right off the top of his foot, yeah. And that pitch is inside to Jones. He could have leaned into that one very easily. It was a slow curveball there, ball one. And that pitch is going to get to the screen. That's going to move Ayers to second. That's what you like to see happen. Now anything hit to the outfield is going to put some pressure on the defense here to keep Ayers at bay. You'd like to see Jones be able to swing. And that hit him. So 2 hit batsmen. And the coach is calling timeout. And he's going to come out and talk to his pitcher. And looks like we're bringing in someone. So he is going to make the pitching change. And that looks like Fredo. Looks like number 21. Don't know if he's thrown yet this tournament, but number 21, that's Eric Lee. Eric Lee. So he did throw a little bit on Thursday. Looks like he's throwing a little bit of heat here on his first pitch anyway, but we're going to take a short break. We'll be back right after this. Okay.
Now batting for Kellyville, number
Okay.
7, Tabor Thornbrew.
We are back. Just found out that Eric Lee threw 27 pitches yesterday against Morris. So we have not faced him yet, but he has made an appearance in this tournament. He is free to throw as many pitches as he wants to, as he's in, throws the ball 1 to Tabor Thornbrew. So Thornbrew watches pitch number 2 go outside with Ayers at second, Jones at first. Wind blowing very hard to right field right now. Dirt going everywhere out there in the field. Anything inside here to Thornbrew, if he turns on it. Oh, didn't turn on that one. He fouls that one out towards the parking lot. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike here. They may have to take a 7th inning stretch early to water down this infield because. And Thornbrew, another one fouls off the left side here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the top half of the 3rd inning, Ponies leading 2-0. Oh, and they're going to call him, ring him up on the outside corner there. Out number 1 brings up Landon Vaughner.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 22, Landon Vaughner.
Brings up Vaughner, who singled his first time up. Hit one in the hole between the shortstop and third baseman. And that pitch in for a called strike one. Pony started off early, swinging at the first pitch early in the count. And there's another hit to the shortstop, slow roller. He's only got one play, and that's over to first. He does get Vaughner at first, but both runners advance. So 2 big runs in scoring position here for Billingsley.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 18, Cadence Billingsley.
Cadence flew out to the center fielder his first time up. He's swinging just a little bit late. Billingsley's got plenty of power. And he's gonna look at that pitch inside. And the wind's whipping so hard it blew off my and Billingsley hit, right off his foot, foul ball off his foot. So I thought that was going to be a perfect bunt situation right there on a full swing, but fouls off his foot. So 1 ball and 1 strike here. Jones at second, Ayers at third in scoring position. Be a big 2 runs if the Ponies can plate them. And that's a shot that's going to be held up in the wind. Center fielder coming in, running in, and he makes the grab. So 2 runners left on base. As the top of the order is going to be coming up for the Dutch here in the bottom half of the third. We'll be back right after this. Okay. Coming up in the bottom half of the third here, Wallace still on the mound, facing the top of the order for the Dutch here. Kendon Frideau, he walked his first time up at the plate. And swings at the first pitch, deep in the hole. Mosby, long throw, not going to get to Frideau. Frideau is very quick. So he's going to reach base safely for the second time. Brings up Goldsby. Goldsby did ground out to.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 1, Mark Goldsby.
He grounded out to Mosby. His first time up. So Goldsby grounded out too short. If I remember right, it was on a hit and run. Frideau advanced to second. And that pitch is low and in the dirt for ball number 1. And there goes the runner. Outside pitch. Vaughner had no chance, so he just held up the throw. So Frideau takes second on the stolen base. Pitch missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes here. Wallace so far going the distance for the Ponies here in the early goings. And that pitch is going to miss in the dirt. 3 balls and no strikes. With the left-hander Clark coming up to the plate. Don't want to put any more runners on base than what we have to here. Top half of the order very dangerous here for Holland Hall. And that pitch is in for a called strike. So 3 balls and 1 strike here on Goldsby. He hit 2 home runs yesterday, and that second one he hit against us. It had to have cleared Maple Drive out there. With the wind blowing the way it is, I can't see. There goes the runner. Got him. And Jones wanting the call, but the umpire saying no. And so Kevin walking. So base on balls. Frideau takes third on the stolen base. Coach Nance going out there to visit. Very close play.
Kevin's questioning if he left the bag after he touched the bag, if he came off the bag. That's what his question. He did it.
So not going to.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 7, Wallace Clark.
That brings up Clark. But that just shows you what speed will do for you here. We got 2 runners, one at the corners. Tony's clinging to that 2-run lead. And the first pitch must have missed that outside. And there goes the runner to second. He's going to be standing up, no throw down. That's ball number 2. So Wallace having a tough time finding the strike zone here in the third. Runners in scoring position here. Clark, the OU signee. We know he can hit. He hits with power and speed. And that pitch is going to be ripped to right field. That ought to score the 2 tying runs as Thomas gets the ball in, but Goldsby's going to score easy to tie up the run with a base hit by Clark.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 13, Josh Holt.
That brings up Josh Holt. He struck out his first time up. But we got nobody out here. 2 runs have already crossed the board with Clark at first. The coach likes for him to run. Let's see what he does. He's leaning that way, but he holds up. Nice block by Vaughner. And he's going to go out and visit with Wallace. So we're all tied now at the bottom of the third, 2-2. And that pitch missed up high. 2 balls and no strikes. And runner not going again. We thought he might. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. And runner acted like he wanted to go, but made Wallace step off the back of the rubber there. And now the batters asked for timeout, so they're playing cat and mouse right now. And that pitch is going to miss outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. You don't want to put anyone else on base here. And that ground ball to Mosby to second for 1, to first for 2. That's 2 down. So the Ponies clear the bases as Ayers takes a shot at second base. Don't know if he took a spike or what, but here comes Nance. He is livid. I was watching the throw, so I didn't see exactly what had happened. Now he's walking by the umpire to talk to Ayers, make sure he's okay.
Somebody just got thrown out.
And somebody just got tossed. He just threw somebody out of the ballpark here. Not sure who he threw out here.
Give me the deal.
Can you learn to say you can go if you
I think
want
he
to?
threw Brooke out. I think he threw Brooke out.
I think Colton's mama got threw out. Didn't like the way that runner slid in. Not sure if anyone up here in the press box seen it. Did you?
I just saw a hard slide. Whether spikes are up or anything like that, I just saw a hard slide.
So the Ponies got two away. Question is, so 2 down with Rona coming to the plate. Nance visiting with the home plate umpire. Field umpires visiting with Ayers out at second base. Still shaking up. And the Holden Hall fans are rising up. They're getting on, wanting to play ball, but be anxious to go watch this.
That was a good double play, wasn't it? I'm glad y'all cheered for it, too.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 15, Jacob Rona.
He brings up Rona. He walked his first time at the plate. And close play it was at second. Like I say, I did not see it. And that pitch is going to be fouled straight back, even up the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Holton Hall has evened up the score here in the bottom half of the third. Clayton Wallace still on the mound for the Ponies. And that pitch is going to be driven towards left, but the wind's going to hold it up. Smith's underneath it. Out number 3. So we are all square after 3.
For Holland Hall in the bottom of the third. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, no one left on the base. At the end of 3, it's 2-2.
Connor Smith coming up for the Ponies. Okay, Connor Smith leading off for the Ponies here. See if the Ponies can get something started in the middle of their lineup here after a rambunctious bottom half of the third. That curveball is going to miss outside. And you can see the flag in the background. Look at those trees behind it. They're almost laying sideways as dirt's going everywhere here in the infield. And Smith launches one. That's going deep towards center field to the wall. Off the wall. Did he trap it off the wall? The umpire's going to give him the out. The umpire's saying out. Calls him out. That ball took Goldsby all the way back to the outfield fence. Now the umpires are going to visit.
Right, or whatever it is.
Turn yourself up, Jacob. What did you say?
I said this is going to be a good call, whatever it is, because Goldsby went back to the center field wall, and it bounced off the wall and then fell into his glove. Holland Hall fans jumped on their feet, and Coach Nance just went out and argued with the home plate umpire saying it bounced off the wall. So this could be this could go either way.
In umpiring, they tell you not to guess an out, but the umpires they're guessing an out there. They have to be, because no way you have a clear view of that.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 4, Kenny Mosby.
It goes back to the hit batsman we had last night. You just take the player's word for it right there.
Yeah, and that ball never hit him.
Yeah. So Mosby up to bat now for the Ponies. Seems like all the calls are going against the Ponies right now. And it has stirred up the fans from both sides as Mosby looks at ball 1 ball, 1 strike. And it looks like a dust storm out there in left field, and Mosby didn't like that call. Sure like to have some runners on base here for the Ponies. Get back to that top of the order. There goes Mosby over top the shortstop's head. Mosby's rounding first, headed for 2. Here comes the throw. Mosby slides
He's
in.
safe.
He's in safely.
He's safe.
Kenny Mosby with a double there. Brings up
Now
Andy
batting for
Jones.
Kellyville, number 20, Andy Jones.
That wind's whipping so hard, but nice hit again for Mosby. That was against the wind and carried it all the way, rolled all the way to the wall there. As the left-handed Jones comes to the plate. That pitch is outside for ball 1. This is Eric Lee on the hill. And Jones fouls that one off down the left field side. He's going to keep everything to the outside to these left-handed batters, hoping they don't pull the ball. We saw how well the ball carried when Smith got a hold of it right at the 365 distance. And Jones hits one in the hole short. He's got a long ways to throw, but he's got a strong arm, and he's going to get Jones as Mosby advances to third. So we got 2 down for Clayton Wallace. Once again, the Ponies have someone in scoring position. Need to start plating some of these runners here.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 5, Clayton Wallace.
Need to quit leaving some runners stranded here and push some runs across the board here, and Wallace can do that, help his own cause as he takes called strike 1. And called strike 2, so no balls and 2 strikes. Ayers waiting on deck. As Mosby takes a big lead off third, that's going to get to the screen. That's going to score Mosby easy as the Ponies are going to take the lead. So a big run here for the Ponies to take the lead here in the top half of the 4th. Folks, this is turning into a classic high school baseball game. You got the fans, you got the players pumped up. There's a pop-up back to the catcher, and he's going to be under for out number 3. So 1 run on 1 hit, no one left on base for the Ponies.
For Kellyville in the top of the 4th, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. At the end of 3.5, it's Kellyville 3, Holland Hall 2.
And the Dutch will have number 6, 7, 8 coming up to bat. Let's see if the Ponies can make quick work of that. Okay, Clayton Wallace.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth for Holland Hall, number 3, Jude Christian.
Clayton Wallace staying on the hill for the Ponies. Jude Christian up. He struck out in the bottom half of the first for the third out of the inning to run that rally there for the Dutch. See if Wallace can find the strike zone early. And good pitch. Don't know where it missed at. Must have missed outside, I guess. I saw Vaughner shake his head yes whenever the umpire pointed that way, so. That was down in the dirt for ball number 2, 2-0. Don't need runners on base this inning. This needs to be your 1-2-3 inning here. Judging that top of the order, you don't want them. And there's a little change up. That be floated in there at 25 miles an hour, it looked like. 2 balls and 1 strike. Nice pitch by Wallace. Fooled everyone. Then comes back, foul ball. They even up the count at 2-2. I tell you what, their head coach has made several plays there in the coach's box this weekend that he could play somebody middle infield for someone. And there's the curveball, slow roller to Ayers, comes in for out number 1. Leadoff batter's out for the Dutch. Brings up Noah Shepard. He grounded out.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 2, Noah Shepard.
He grounded out to Mosby his first time at the plate. Mosby made the Sports Center play to get him. And swing and a miss for strike number 1. Shepard was the first batter that Wallace faced last night as he came in and struck out the side in the bottom half of the first then.
I told her she's going to shut it down.
And swing and a miss for strike number 2. No balls and 2 strikes. That's his 61st pitch. So Wallace has thrown 61 pitches, but he can throw up to 120 without having to be taken out. So depending on how strong his arm actually is. But we'll watch that pitch count when it gets closer. And strike 3, ring him up with a curveball. Shepard didn't know what to do with that. So 2 down here.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 8, Owen Brown.
Brings up Owen Brown. He grounded out to Jones his last time up. As Jones came across the infield to make that swing and a miss on the first. Ponies clinging to that 3-2 lead. They got the top of the order coming up to start the top half of the 5th. So if we can get out of here 3 up and 3 down, be big for the Ponies. And strike number 2 with that curveball. We interviewed Wallace earlier in the year after one of his no-hitters, and loved talking to him about the way he likes to paint the corners. Certainly searching for it there, and there's a shot out towards center field. It's going to blow into Thornbrew, and he makes the grab. 3 up and 3 down for the Ponies. So that's what the Ponies needed. It's coming up in the top of the 5th. Colton Ayers will be leading off. Let's see if the Ponies can put some more runs on the board. Okay, we're back in the top half of the fifth. Ponies leading 3-2. Ayers leading things off. He was hit by the pitch his last time up. And takes that pitch called strike. Colton thought that was a little bit high, but and swings through the second pitch for 0-2 here. We're needing the top of the order here to score some runs for us here, put some insurance on the board. And that pitch is outside. Colton lays off of that. And that's down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch fouled straight back, so Colton right on top of it here. And pitcher wanted to work quick, but the umpire's waving him off. Colton never got set. Now he's set. And there's a shot out towards center. Get down, ball. And that's going to fall for base hit there for Ayers in front of Goldsby out there in center field. So the leadoff batter's on again for the Ponies.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 25, Trevor Jones.
Trevor Jones coming to the plate. Flag continues to whip from left to right here. Jones was the last batter that the starting pitcher faced. He got hit by the pitch in the top of the third. Jones had a double the first inning, came around to score for the Ponies. And that pitch is down low and in the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. And there's a shot up the middle off the pitcher. He tries to recover, but Jones is going to beat him out, so the first 2 runners are on base for the Ponies. First and second for Thornbrew to come up. Nice hard hit right off the leg of the pitcher. Seems to be okay.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 7, Tabor Thornbrew.
I'm giving Jones a base hit on that all the way. That's a tough play. You can't ask the pitcher to make that play. If it had got through, the second baseman may have made the play. And Thornbrew looks at strike 1. Looked low and away, but pitcher's keeping everything away from these left-handed hitters. Thornbrew's got tons of power. Anything he lifts up in the air toward the right field is going to carry out of here. Thornbrew, one of the leading home run hitters in the state this year. Runners at first and second, nobody out here for the Ponies. And he swings through that for strike number 2, so 1 ball, 2 strikes on Thornbrew. And swing and a miss. Gets him strikeout number 1. Brings up Landon Vaughner.
Number 22, Landon Vaughner.
Vaughner grounded out to the shortstop his last time up. And that pitch is going to miss outside. Ball 1. Cadence Billingsley waiting on deck for the Ponies. Ponies in desperate need of plating at least one here on the board. And Vaughner's going to hit that out towards center. Wynn's playing havoc with it. Runners are tagging. He makes the grab. Both runners tag, so we're going to have runners at second and third here with 2 outs with Billingsley coming to the plate. So a deep drive by Vaughner, handled by Goldsby out there in the outfield.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 18, Cadence Billingsley.
Billingsley flew out twice to the center fielder. Let's see if he can put something on the grass with a Speedy Jones at second.
Well, we're guaranteed now in the 7th to have the top of the order up. So they're going to come back through at least in the 7th. Just a hard base hit up the middle, Cadence. Hard up the middle.
And that pitch is going to get the corner for called strike 1.
Right back to the pitcher. Hard up the middle.
And that's going to be foul off to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes here on Billingsley. Ayers waiting at third. Jones at second. And strike number 3 called by the umpire. Billingsley did not like it. That ends the threat. The Ponies once again leave 2 runners on base.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. At the end of 4.5, it's Kellyville 3, Holland Hall 2.
Okay, leading off for the Dutch, B.T. Terry. He flew out to Smith out in left field his first time at the plate. Wallace still on the hill for the Ponies. 9-hole hitter. We need to get him right here. Start the inning off with an out. He squares the bunt. Jones fields it barehanded across the field, gets him. So out number 1. Nice play by Jones. He had to barehand that. Came across his body, got perfect throw to Billingsley, who stretched out for out number 1.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 10, Kenton Fredo.
This is Fredo. He's been on base every time today. He had a single and a base on balls. Need to get this young man out. He's got all sorts of speed. He reaches first. More than likely he's going to be at second. And if we can shut down the top of the order here, may not have to face them again this ball game. And that first pitch, wow, close. Umpire called it up high for ball number 1. This is a big at bat for the ball game here. 2 balls and no strikes here. Wallace needs to come back and get him here. If I say here one more time. There's a hard hit ball to Mosby. Uh-oh, that throws in the dirt. Oh, and it's bobbled at first. That's going to be an error on Mosby out there at short. And that puts the speedster on base with Goldsby coming to the bat.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 1, Mark Goldsby.
It's just a matter of when, not a matter if he's going to run. So Goldsby's 0 for 1 today. He walked his last time up. He's putting on a sliding glove, and first or second pitch, you can expect him to be gone. See how tight Wallace holds him on first, but needs to come get the out. 1 away here in the inning already. That pitch is close, just missed to the outside. This is the top of your order. This is this 2-hole batter here in Goldsby. Hits tons of power. And there's a shot out towards center field. And that's going to be off the wall in front of Thornbrew. He's going to field it. He's going to hold the runner to 1 base. The runner couldn't go anywhere. Not knowing whether that was going to track or not, but Goldsby showing his power right there.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 7, Wallace Clark.
That brings up Clark, who singled his first time or second time up, walked his first time. He's the lone lefty. He's the danger batting left-handed for Holland Hall. You got speed all over the bases here for the Dutch. And he's going to hit one down the first base line. That's going to go off the wall. That's going to score. Oh, that's going to score the tying run with a double by Clark. So we are all tied with runners at second and third.
Number 13, Josh Holt.
Clark doing his job right there. Drove it to the right field wall right at 315. So we are all tied bottom half of the 5th. And we got Holt, who's 0 for 2. Hit into a double play his last time up. And there's a shot out to center field. That's going to score the. Got him! So that's 3. Does the run count? Does the run score? Does the run score? He called him out. Now he's changing the call?
No, he's not changing the call. It just does the run count.
Did the run score? If the run scored, the Dutch just now took the lead. If the out was tagged,
if they call out of the base path, though, that could nullify the run because he's out of the base
No
path.
score! No score! No score! No score!
They are counting the run, so the Dutch are taking the lead here.
For Holland Hall in the bottom of the fifth. 2 runs on 2 hits. 1 error and no one left on base. At the end of 5, it's Holland Hall 4, Kellyville 3.
So the run counts. Holland Hall takes the 4-3 lead in the bottom half of the fifth. Pony's got Connor Smith and Kenny Mosby coming up to the plate. Okay, Connor Smith leading off. He went deep his last time up as the center fielder made the catch. It looked like it went off the wall, but anyway, for the out to start inning number 4. So and it's going to be an easy ground ball to the first baseman. He takes the play by himself. Brings up Mosby.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 4, Kenny Mosby.
Mosby, who doubled his last time up, came around to score for the Ponies. Takes the first pitch down in the dirt for ball number 1. And he's going to fly out to center field for out number 2. Ponies do not need a 1-2-3 inning here. Not after the Dutch came back and took a 1-run lead.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 20, Andy Jones.
Brings up Andy Jones. And that pitch is up high for ball 1. Looks at ball number 2. And in for a called strike. 1 ball or 2 balls and 1 strike. And that one fouled back for strike number 2. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 down here in the top half of the 6th. That's outside, full count. Jones would be a big base runner right here if he can reach base. And there's a shot to the second baseman. He bobbles it. Jones down the line, and he is going to reach base. There's an error on the second baseman, but Jones will take it. Brings up Clayton Wallace.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 5, Clayton Wallace.
And looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Jones and Caden Ayers. Yes, number 8.
Pitch running for Kellyville. Number 8, Cadence Ayers.
Caden Ayers, as Clayton Wallace steps up, he flew out to the catcher his last time up. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. A big hit right here. And a pickoff attempt on Ayers as he dives back safely. That pitch is going to miss outside for ball 1. And gets a call, strike on the outside corner. I can't imagine Ayers going anywhere with the top of the order waiting on deck here. Curveball in for strike number 2. Nice curveball by the young man. And he touches that one. That's gonna drop. Gonna hold up Ayers at second. So a base hit by Wallace. Brings up the top of the order in Colton Ayers.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 11, Colton Ayers.
Colton batting left-handed. He can hit for a little power, but we will settle for one in the outfield right now with his little brother on base at second base with good speed. No one holding him on. And Colton looks at ball 1. And ball 2, so 2-0 to Ayers. Oh, and it hits him. It's going to load the bases. Ayers has been hit twice in today's contest. We know he took a hit the other night. As the coach comes out to out of the dugout, as the coach visits here, I don't know if they've got anyone available here. He's thrown 58 pitches, so his arm's got to be getting a little bit tired. We got to count on Wallace, how many he's thrown so far.
74.
Wallace has thrown 74, so he's getting up in numbers. So
now batting for Kellyville, number 25, Trevor Jones.
This is a big time right here for Trevor Jones. I'd kind of like to see one against the backstop here. Pitcher's in his windup here. In for a called strike. That ball's in the dirt, nicely blocked by the catcher. Would be nice to see that ball hit the screen here to tie up this score. Ponies have got to get out of this inning with a run. And that's going to be popped up in the infield to the shortstop. So out number 3. recorded. The Ponies not scoring any more runs. Down 1 going into the bottom half of the 6th. Okay, this is going to bring up Rona to the plate, leading off the bottom half of the 6th. And Rona, he's 0 for 2, or 0 for 1. He actually had a base on balls his first time up. Flew out to Smith in left field. And swinging at the first pitch, popped up out and right. Here comes Thomas and Thornbrew. Thornbrew makes the grab. Out number 1. Very important here for the Ponies to retire the side here.
Batting for Holland Hall, number 3, Jude Christian.
Here's Jude Christian, third baseman. He struck out, hit a ground ball back to the pitcher. And there's a shot down to left field, so Christian's going to reach by a single. They're going to hold him up at first. The throw comes into Mosby. Brings up Noah Shepard.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 2, Noah Shepard.
Shepard has struck out and grounded out to Mosby at short. Like to see another ground ball to Mosby right here. Turn 2, get out of this inning. But he's going to foul it up down the right side. Billingsley giving chase, but no play. As we have our pitcher warming up in the bullpen for Holland Hall. Don't see a number, but the Ponies are going to face a different pitcher, it looks like, in the top half of the 7th. And that pitch knocked down by Vaughner, holding the runner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner holding up. There's a shot out towards center field, and that's going to clear the wall. A 2-run shot by Shepard. 2-run home run here. And that's going to give Holland Hall a 6-3 lead here. Owen Brown as Nance makes his way to the mound here. That ball was just hit enough with the wind to carry that center field wall. Ponies can't get down here. They still have an inning to do something.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 8, Owen Brown.
Brings up Owen Brown here with 1 out. Brown's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. And swings at the first pitch. That's going to be popped in the air. Jones calling everyone off. Makes the grab for out number 2. Brings up B.T. Terry, the 9-hole hitter.
Now batting for Holland Hall, number 11, B.T. Terry.
Ponies need to get out of this inning here. Come back and score some runs. Terry turns like he's going to bunt. Pitch misses outside for ball number 1. And squares the bunt again. Pulls it back, but a called strike to even the count, 1-1. And that's lifted out towards left. Smith going back. Makes the grab for out number 3. So the Ponies are out of the inning, but Holland Hall puts in 2 more runs.
For Holland Hall in the bottom of the 6th, 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, no one left on base. At the end of 6, it's Holland Hall 6, Kellyville 3.
Ponies have Thornbrew, Vaughner, and Billingsley. Let's see what we can do. Okay, Taver Thornbrew leading off for the Ponies. Have to have at least 3 here. And that pitch is going to miss outside, ball 1. Thornbrew, Vaughner, and Billingsley in that order for the Ponies. And Thornbrew hits one out towards right field. Right fielder's in, and he makes the diving catch for out number 1.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 22, Landon Vaughner.
Brings up Landon Vaughner. As Vaughner looks for strike number 1. And that pitch missed low, evidently, ball number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball. And that's way outside. The umpire called strike 2. And there's a base hit in the gap by Vaughner. Ponies ain't done yet. As courtesy runner Owen Bellis comes in to run for Vaughner.
For the catcher, number 16, Owen Bellis.
Brings up Cadence Ayers.
Batting for Kellyville, number 18, Cadence Billingsley.
Cadence Billingsley here for the Ponies. He's 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Base hit his first time up. Score 2 runs for the Ponies. And there's a shot up the middle. Ponies going to have 2 runners on board as Bellis holds up at second. So nice base hitting by the Ponies. Brings up Connor Smith as the coach comes out. And he's making the change, and that looks like that is Goldsby. I didn't think he was eligible. Goldsby? Huh?
These are the only guys that aren't.
Okay, so Goldsby coming in to pitch for the, pretty sure that's what he did here. Let's make sure, check the number, but that is him. Walking to the mound, he came in and changed gloves. So pitching change, and we're going to take our last break. Okay, so Mark Goldsby comes in for the Dutch.
Number 23, Connor Smith.
He's going to the hill. Connor Smith coming to the plate for the Ponies. He hit one really deep in the 4th inning here. Grounded out to first base his previous 2 times. And first pitch is up high for ball 1. Goldsby warming up, only took 3 pitches, just threw straight fastballs. That came with a fastball there. See if Smith can turn on one. There's the little wrinkle. He throws in for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to miss outside. 2 balls and 1 strike here. Only 1 away here for the Ponies. Runners are first and second. That's in for a called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And there's a shot going to be taken by the first baseman, hustling over. Runners advance, but they get the tying run at first, so going to bring up Mosby.
Now batting for Kellyville. Number 4, Kenny Mosby.
Mosby has a double on the afternoon. Ponies once again putting runners out there on base. Just hadn't been able to capitalize this afternoon. Starts him off with a curveball. Up high, ball 1. And there's a shot down the left field. That's gonna be at least a double for Mosby. 2 runs are going to score as Mosby's in with a stand-up double. 2 runs across the plate. So Mosby comes big in the clutch. He is now the tying run at second.
6-5. We scored 2 runs. And we're yeah.
And now Kevin stepped down and visited with the now the coach.
Just wanted to know if he could have a visit.
Yeah, coach check and make sure he had a visit left. So he's going to go out and visit with his pitcher here, and his catcher did not bring in the infield. Mosby the tying run at second for the Ponies, 2 down. So we have reached the final out of the season here for the Ponies. If they can't plate this run in Mosby, Andy Jones, the senior, up.
Now batting for Kellyville, number 20, Andy Jones.
You got to believe that Mosby, with good speed, is going to come around to try to score with anything to the outfield. Anxious to see if Goldsby just comes with straight fastballs here. If he might throw in a wrinkle. And the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle here. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. As Jones looks at ball 2, 2 balls and 1 strike. No, he balked. That's a balk. And Hall thinks they had Mosby, but it looked like a balk from up here. Sorry I got so loud in the microphone. It looked like he was coming towards home plate, but Mosby's back safely. And he takes ball 3, 3 balls and 1 strike. Ball 4. Now the going head run is at first base. Brings up Clayton Wallace. Wallace with a
for Kellyville, number 5, Clayton Wallace.
brings up Wallace here. Base hit his last time at the plate. And it takes a pitch up high. Ayers awaiting on deck. And that pitch is in for a called strike. 1-1. On Wallace. Mosby at second, the tying run. Jones at first, the go-ahead run. And strike number 2. Pitch kind of full Wallace. Now he's going to be watching for that little curveball. Just needs to make contact here. With the wind whipping. And strike 3, and that's going to be the ball game. Holland Hall is going to move on to the state tournament, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to end the Pony season. What a season by the Kellyville Ponies. Came into this region with only 1 loss on the year. The Kellyville final record, I believe, ended at 32-3. And Holland Hall moves on to this senior class, one of the greatest senior classes Kellyville's ever seen in the history of the school. 1 ball game away from the state tournament here in the baseball.
6-5. We would like to congratulate Kellyville
To the boys.
on their season this year, 32-3.
Finishing the season up at 32-3, a great baseball season as Holland Hall is to be congratulated. They played a fine tournament. To all the seniors at Kellyville, thank you so much for making this so much fun for KV Rising, the Kellyville fans, the girls, the boys, a phenomenal group of athletes, but better than just athletes, all these kids are great kids. That's the thing about it. This game is going to hurt as these players move on, but they will recover. They've got successful futures laying ahead of them. So, as we're going to stay here as they present the winning trophy to Holland Hall, the baseball team, the Ponies, showing total class as they have all year long through their 4 years. Congratulating these Holland Hall players. 2 fine baseball teams. It's a shame that one of them had to come to an end today, but congratulations to both players, coaches, and fans of both squads. It's been a great baseball afternoon. We are going to sign off KV Rising here. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining with us. We'll be back stronger and better next year. We promise that to our fans. But until then, it's still a great day to be a Pony. We'll see you next time, Pony.